BR. BR stands for bounce rate. Bounce rate refers to the percentage of people who land on a page on your website. That means they're entering from that page and then leave without taking any further action, such as clicking on anything else or navigating to any other page on your site. Hence the word bounce. They come in, they look at the page and then immediately leave. Bounce rate is measured at a page level or at the site level and expressed as percentage. For a page, bounce rate equals to bounces on that page, which means people who came via that page and left without going any further, divided by the total entrance on that page, which means number of total visits that entered the site via that page. That means that was the first page they encountered. For a site, bounce rate equals to bounces across the site. You look at all the entrances on all the pages and see how many of them bounced, and then divide by total visits to the site. Keep in mind, bounce rate is time specific. So it could be a day, month, year, whatever time frame you're doing your analysis for. Let me explain this concept of page bounce rate using this picture. The page in question is this landing page. There are 16 visits that enter your site through this landing page. Out of those 16, 4 immediately leave without going any further. However, other 4 go to another page on your site and 8 go to yet another page. So what you have here is 16 entrances. So you have total visits entering from the page on your site is 16. Visits that leave without going any further is 4. So your bounce rate is 4 divided by 16, that is equal to 25%. That's at the page level bounce rate. Now let's look at the site level bounce rate. Let's take an example of your website where you have 3 pages. One is your landing page. You could consider this as a home page, or it could be any other landing page. And you have another page and yet another page. So total 3 pages. Let's assume you got 16 people that come via this landing page. So they are entering the site through this landing page. 8 of them go and continue to another page. 4 of them go to this page, and rest 4 leave the site from this landing page. So they come and they leave. So we looked at this scenario where 4 of them left and 12 of them stayed, and the bounce rate was 4 divided by 16. However, that was the case for a landing page bounce rate. In this example, we are looking at site level bounce rate. In order to do that, we have to look at all the entrances to this site from various pages. So we've looked at one page here. You've got 16 entrances. Now let's assume you have 8 entrances from the top page here. So you got 16 entrance here and then 4 entrance from this page. So a total of 24 entrances. Of these 8 people, 4 immediately leave from the page, 4 continue to another page. People are entering the site from various pages and are either leaving the site immediately or continuing to other pages. These 4 people then decide to go to the main landing page. These 4 people decide to leave from the top page. So now you have to calculate the bounce rate. Remember, bounce rate is total number of bounces divided by total number of visits to the site. So how many total visits to the site we have? We have 16 people who came and then they are going through the site or leaving. And then you have 8 people who are coming to the site and then either continuing or leaving. So total visits to the site are 16 plus 8, 24. That's your total visits. How many bounces are we getting? We'll look at the bounces from all the pages. In this scenario, we got 4 bounces. In this scenario, we got 4 bounces. Rest of the people are just going through the site. These people are not counted as bounces because they continued to another page on the site and then decided to leave. These are called exits, not bounces. Bounces is people who come and leave immediately. Who come and leave immediately without going any further. So total bounces are visits with one page view. These are the bounces. So your bounce rate in this case is going to be 8 divided by 24, that is 33%. Bounce rate measures the effectiveness of your marketing messages and your landing pages. The whole purpose of your marketing messages and your landing pages is to drive customer engagement, drive them to take certain actions such as buy from you. If people are coming to your website but then leaving immediately, that tells us that your marketing is not as effective. So the whole goal is to reduce your bounce rate. The less bounce rate you have, the higher engagement you're going to get from your customers or visitors. It is one of the common metrics used in digital marketing and available in tools such as Google Analytics. Another version of bounce rate is very specific to emails, and it's called email bounce rate. The definition of email bounce rate is different from the definition of web page or website bounce rate. Even though email bounce rate does not start with alphabet B, I'm still going to cover it in this lecture because there is a word bounce rate in it. So let's take a look at email bounce rate. Email bounce rate is the rate at which an email was unable to be delivered to a recipient's inbox. Some reasons of bounces are email address no longer valid, email address is temporarily suspended by the email provider, mailbox is full, a rule that rejects your email address. So when you're sending to that recipient, the recipient has set up some rules that rejects your email. Email bounces are categorized in two buckets. Hard bounces. So hard bounces are where you won't be able to deliver to this mailbox ever, such as email address not valid. If email address is not valid, no matter how many times you try, you're not going to get your email to that recipient. Soft bounces are temporary issues, such as full mailbox. Once the mailbox becomes empty or has some space, your mail will be delivered, but you will have to resend it. Email bounce rate is calculated as emails that bounced divided by total emails sent. Now you can further divide it into hard bounce rate and soft bounce rate, but generally for most of your calculations, you are going to take a sum of hard bounces and soft bounces, that is total bounces divided by the total number of emails that were sent. This is extensively used in email marketing.